How do you meet Tony?
Tony
Hinchcliffe.
He was playing in Adelaide, and he was at he was at the Marion Hotel. I reckon it was probably 2016 or something.
Fuck, our times have changed. He'd do the entertainment centre now if he came.
Fuck, dude, he couldn't even at one point I was like, dude, let's do a proper tour here. Like, you surely could draw some Theo Von numbers or something like that, But yeah, I was into comedy. When I lived on Rundle Street, I used to, always go to Rhino Room because I fucking rather do that than watch TV or whatever. Go watch open mic or whatever. Have a crack if I want or whatever. But I wasn't really into having a crack here, It's Adelaide again. It's such a small town, same people every week. You got to use new material all the time. Like, I want my jokes to be like, in America they go around to so many clubs and do their routes or whatever. But anyway, he came down and I only heard about it on the day. And they were like, Tony Hinchcliffe is at the Marion Hotel playing tonight at the Marion Hotel, dude. We drove past it on the way here.
That's so weird.
And then me, the girl I was with at the time, and this other chick who was a comedian chick went there, and I fucking literally walked into the door, dude, and there he is, standing right in the doorway, just looking at his phone. And I was like, Tony fucking Hinchcliffe. And he was like, and I was like, did your manager get you some weed? And he was like, no. And I was like, well, you want to smoke a joint? And then it was like, he was like, yeah, fucking earth, dude. And it was like, literally, that was how quick it was. Me and this dude walked around the corner. I rolled up the best bifter I fucking could. And then I didn't leave his side for the next 3 or 4 days, pretty much. Like, we just fucking rolled. We took him to La Sing. We took him to Sugar.
You took him to La Sing?
Yeah, fucking.
Tony Hinchcliffe went to La Sing.
Sugar, fucking hooked him up with a girl, all this shit, man. It was pretty cool. And then
you hooked Tony up with a female.
Apparently, yeah.
I didn't know that he would. I thought I would have guessed otherwise.
And I can confirm, she said, he's got one of the fucking. They call him Tony the Pony for a reason. You know what I mean? Like,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Like, with a dick that big, you don't need to act straight. You know what I'm saying? You don't need.
I can see him having that skinny white boy dick.
He does have such a gay inflection sometimes, but it's like, I don't know where it comes from. But
see, I never used to really follow or like Tony because I only knew him from JRE. But then I started watching Kill Tony. And Kill Tony, when an episode's fucking good, it's like the Donald Trump episode.
Oh my God, dude.
Where it's Shane Gillis.
Side splitting.
Like, that was fucking side splitting funny.
Unbelievable, dude.
And
I haven't laughed that much at anything in a long time, man.
Neither. As soon as Shane walked out, I was
God.
like, this is going to be fucking wild.
Absolutely. Like, that. But to see it go, I've watched Kill Tony.
He's been doing it 8 years.
I've been watching it since then. And that was the first talks that come back to a Kill Tony tour of Australia, the rah-rah. But yeah, so yeah, we chatted we chatted back then more, and then recently I've just talked to him a few times, and but he's so big now, you know what I mean? He's like, Steve, I want you to make me a couch. Just like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking make you a couch. Just let me know, I'll make you one, bro.
Killed it on the roast, on the Tom Brady roast as well.
Yeah, fucking oath, dude. What was it? The Kim Kardashian.
Oh, my
that was
God.
Fucking hilarious.
Apparently they didn't allow them to write jokes about Kim.
Yeah.
So everything, because they didn't tell anyone that Kim was going to be there because she didn't want to get roasted.
Yeah.
So allegedly everything that was said about her was completely off the dome.
Yeah, nah, fucking oath.
Yeah.
Nah, well, it just shows how talented he is at doing that shit.
He's the best at it. He'd be the worst person to sit across a table from.
Yeah, no, he definitely is that way. Like, in real life, even we took him to like Ancient World and shit. Dude, I was so on fire that weekend the first weekends when I met him. Like, I was like, I felt like I was in an episode of in Goodfellas or something. I was like, everything was fucking just. It was a pretty surreal, even though he wasn't that famous at that point. But you just know the guy was gonna do something. Like when he came out he came out Rhino Room, right? Maybe fucking 100 people in the room, and he walked out on stage and picks up the mic and starts talking, and then some guy fucking says something, and he goes,
Worst thing to do.
he goes, he just goes, who the fuck said that? He walks, he looks down, and he realizes the mic has a fucking really long cord, you know? So he's like, fuck it, and he starts walking down the aisle, and he's like, who the fuck said that? And he's standing over this dude, and he finds the dude, and he's going, fucking, who the fuck do you think you are? Dude, the room was like fucking butter, bro. Like, you could cut it. Like, the air, everyone was quiet, and it's fucking, the tension in the room was the most tension I've ever seen built up in a fucking small comedy club ever in my life. To the point where some guy's like, hey man, just settle down. Like, he didn't mean to like upset you. And Tony's like, yeah, well, fucking, and keep your mouth shut, you little fucking. And like, then he calmly walks back on the stage, and he just turns around and he goes, yeah, I'm American. I flex muscles I don't even have. It was just like, the whole bit was just like, from fucking the way, and it's just this little guy, man, you know, like, he's not a big guy. He's fucking tiny when you see him in real life. And he's just made a whole room of people shit themselves in the first 2 seconds of his act, you know, and then gone on to absolutely crush it after that, you know, like, it's just like super impressive, dude.